Good morning all. Now we are going to discuss about this topic, design of magnetic circuits. In this subject, design of electrical apparatus. In the first unit, this design of magnetic circuits. Already we started discussing about this topic. Now we are going to continue the same topic. So in the last class, we have discussed about how the magnetic circuit is established in different types of electrical apparatus, starting from core type transformer, shell type transformer, DC machines, induction motors, and synchronous machines. So in a core type transformer, a single series magnetic circuit is established. In a shell type transformer, two paths, that is parallel magnetic circuit, is established. And also we have discussed how the magnetic circuit is established in a DC machine, induction machine, and synchronous machine. So now in this class we are going to discuss about the fundamental equations of magnetic circuits. Phi is the symbol for magnetic flux in Webers. A is area of magnetic path in meter square. Length of the magnetic path is represented as L in meters. B is the flux density, Webers per meter square, or it is Tesla. And H, this term H is represented as AT. It is magnetizing force, ampere turns per length. Ampere turns per unit length. Amperes per meter. This uppercase letter AT represents total MMF. Small case letter AT represents ampere turns per unit length, and this uppercase letter AT represents total MMF in ampere is the unit for this ampere turns per length or unit length and total MMF. Okay, and mu is the permeability of the medium, wherein mu is equal to mu r multiplied with this mu naught, and it is actually absolute permeability of the magnetic material in henries per meter. Mu naught is the permeability of free space. Its value is 4 pi into 10 to the power minus 7 henries per meter. Mu r is the relative permeability. It will vary, depends upon the medium. And this for non-magnetic material, this mu r value will be approximately equal to 1, and for magnetic material the mu r value will be very much greater than this non-magnetic material. That for iron and steel, its value will be in terms of thousands, and this represents reluctance. It is MMF for flux, and this 1 by S is the permeance. Okay, flux equation for calculating the flux in a magnetic circuit is MMF by reluctance. It is very similar to electric circuit equation, that is current. Current is equal to MMF by resistance. The similar equation, or you can say analogous equation in magnetic circuit is flux, that is equal to MMF by reluctance. So these are all fundamental equations you are very familiar with. So the flux is MMF, that is total MMF by reluctance, AT by S. And or you can say this phi is equal to AT, 1 by S is permeance, so it is AT, ampere turns multiplied with permeance. So it is MMF by reluctance, or it is MMF multiplied with permeance. So reluctance, the formula to calculate the value of reluctance is L by mu A. L is the length of the magnetic circuit, and A is the area, and mu is the permeability. And H is magnetizing current, so that is MMF per unit length. So this being it is MMF, so MMF is flux into reluctance. So see from this equation, MMF in ampere turns is flux into reluctance. So flux into reluctance per unit length. So flux multiplied with reluctance, it is L by mu A. So flux into reluctance per unit length. So this L is to represent per unit length. So flux into reluctance divided by this unit length. So this L and L will get cancelled. So it is pi by A into 1 by mu. Flux per area. So this term is flux per area. So that is flux density. So B by mu. So this basic equation also H is equal to B by mu. Okay, and total ampere turns is MMF per unit length multiplied with length of that particular magnetic circuit. So it is H into L, so or it is AT into L. and how we will calculate the reluctance of the magnetic circuit is based upon whether the circuit is a series magnetic circuit or parallel magnetic circuit, or it is a combination of series and parallel magnetic circuit. Suppose if it is a simple series magnetic circuit, the reluctances will be added as like resistance in a series electric circuit. So the reluctances will be added here in a series magnetic circuit. We will be calculating the total reluctance then, and so the MMF will be ampere turns, so that is flux into reluctance. So MMF is flux into reluctance. So reluctance we are calculating based upon whether the magnetic circuit is series magnetic circuit or parallel magnetic circuit. And for a parallel magnetic, so total reluctance we are calculating for a particular path. AT1 is the total reluctance of first path, and it is for certain other some other path. So like that we will be adding, and this is the length of the magnetic circuit in a particular section. And then we are integrating the MMF per unit length multiplied with the total length. Okay, in a parallel magnetic circuit, how we will be calculating the reluctances? 1 by S is equal to 1 by S1 plus 1 by S2 and so on. Like R equivalent in a parallel magnetic circuit, 1 by R equivalent is equal to 1 by R1 plus 1 by R2 plus 1 by R3 and so on. No, the same way we are calculating the reluctance in a parallel magnetic circuit, and then we are substituting in the equation to calculate the total MMF. So this we already studied that this electric circuit and magnetic circuit are analogous to each other. So in electric circuit, EMF circulates the current. In a magnetic circuit, MMF that establishes the flux in a closed path. Okay, flow of current is supposed to be resistance, but here the flow of magnetic flux is supposed to be the reluctance in the magnetic circuit. The path of current is called electric circuit, and path of magnetic flux is called as magnetic circuit. So resistance, you know, rho L by A, and reluctance is L by mu A. So here this rho L by A, or you can also represent rho is the resistivity and this is conductivity. Okay, so these two are opposing terms with respect to each other. And here again you can say that this S is L by mu A. Mu is the permeability. R you can say in terms of reluctance also. So then permeability it is represented. Okay. So current is EMF by resistance, flux is MMF by reluctance. Current density is current by area of cross section. Flux density is flux per area of cross section. Then we will be discussing now about the magnetic circuit calculations. Okay. So we have to calculate the MMF required to establish certain amount of flux in a magnetic circuit. So our objective will be finally to calculate the MMF required to establish flux in a magnetic circuit. Okay. So we are first determining the value of the flux, and then we are calculating the area of cross section. So flux by area is the flux density. So if we calculated the flux density from the BH curve, you can able to calculate the value of the H for the particular value of flux density. Okay, and so to calculate the flux in the system magnetic circuit, you have to calculate the reluctance in the particular machine. Okay, so reluctance of actually this air gap flux is responsible for energy conversion in electrical rotating machines. Okay, air gap, that is the flux available in the air gap is what we have to calculate. So that is responsible for all energy conversion in all energy conversion devices. Air gap flux is responsible for energy conversion in all machines. So we need to calculate how much MMF is required to establish certain amount of air gap flux in an electrical machine. Okay. So to calculate the flux, we have to calculate the reluctance of the air gap. Okay. So we have to calculate the reluctance of air gap in a machine, rotating machine. So in a rotating machine, first we will be discussing about DC machines. So then we will be discussing about AC machines. So in a DC machine, outer surface is the pole field system. So field system will be having the poles. So this pole surface will be curve like structure. Anyhow, it is a smooth surface. Okay. And armature will be having the slots and tooth alternately. The slots may be different types of slots it may have. This is actually closed slot. Okay, the slot is not at all open, so it is closed slot. So if it is closed slot, the outer periphery of the armature surface will also be smooth like a pole surface. So that in case of a closed slot machine, DC machine or AC machine, whatever it may be, so both pole surface as well as the armature surface will be of smooth in nature. Okay. But if it is a open slot, then it not be smooth because it will be having tooth portion and slot portion. In the slot portion, you will be having the air. So that will be little difficult, but we will be discussing one by one later. But this example is for a smooth armature surface. Okay. And here, how will be calculating the reluctance of the air gap is what we are going to discuss. And the term you have to know here is the slot pitch. You have to know slot pitch is the distance between center of the two adjacent slots. Slot pitch is the distance between center of the two adjacent slots. Okay, so this distance is represented as slot pitch. And other terms, L is the capital L is the length of the core, and D will be the diameter of the core. Okay, and LG is the air gap length, and YS is the slot pitch, and WS is the width of the slot, WT is the width of the tooth. Okay. So how to calculate that? So two types of armature surface we have to consider. Here we have considered the smooth armature surface. So how to calculate this reluctance is what we are going to discuss. So reluctance is L by mu A. So L is the length of the magnetic circuit, mu is the permeability of the medium, and A is the area of cross section of the magnetic path. Okay. So SG, because we are going to calculate the reluctance of the air gap. So it is reluctance is S, air gap is represented as G. So SG will be LG by mu naught, and area of cross section, you see this picture. So area is, so this is the area, in this area only the air gap flux is available. So this is the air gap, actually this is the air gap between this pole and armature, and this area you have to calculate. So one side this area, this width is YS, other side is the length of the armature core. Actually this will be a circular structure, and it will be having some certain length of armature will be there. So other dimension for the air gap cross section of this air gap flux is the length of the armature. So length of the armature multiplied with this, YS is the area of cross section of the air gap flux available in the machine. So LG by mu naught into L into YS. Okay. So this equation is for the smooth armature surface. But in many of the machines, armature is not going to be a smooth armature because of the slot may not be closed. So slot is an open slot. Actually closed slot construction is very difficult. Okay. But that will be very compact and so on. But and the construction is very difficult. But here it is very easy for the armature, in the armature to cut the slot. So here this is the tooth and this is the slot. So now air gap flux will be available only in this area, because this is air. The flux will not be available in the air gap, or the flux will take its path only through the pore of the machine. So whatever the flux available in the pole will try to cross the air gap, and then it will enter into the tooth portion of the armature, not the slot portion. So now this is the area in which the air gap flux is available. So to calculate the area of cross section, finally our objective is to calculate the reluctance of the magnetic path of magnetic circuit in a particular machine. So here this is the area. Okay, we have to calculate. So how can you calculate the area? So other side is length is same, only this YS now will be contracted here, and this YS is not going to be considered as considered as it is. So we have to subtract this air gap length available at both sides of the tooth. So here half of W is width, and here also one half of W